Corn growers continue to make the case to expand markets through E15. I'm Steve White on the Rural Radio Network. That's something Congressman Adrian Smith knows well. For years, he has introduced legislation to allow for higher ethanol blends year-round nationwide. And we visited with him about the ongoing efforts to try to get this passed into law.
They're anxious to produce for a market. Yes, there have been, some assistance payments most recently. They appreciate that, but they want to produce for a market, and that's what's guiding me on my efforts on E15. And to get that in statute, I think that would be a real opportunity when you look at overall use of corn and how efficient we are with breaking down a kernel of corn into ethanol and a great number of other products too. So it's a great story of American innovation and technology, and it's good for our economy. And to codify E15 in statute would be great for encouraging investment and ultimately great for consumers.
That would be one that just seems like we've talked about that for a long time, and I've forgotten how many times now you've been part of legislation. Do you see any path forward to make the E15 actually get approval here?
Right. My bill that I've been working on, as you highlight, I've been working on this for some time. I tell folks that I've been working on it since before it was cool to work on it. But I think we're making progress every day. The conversations are intensifying, which is a good sign. And it's my hope we can get this done sooner rather than later. It's bound to actually save taxpayer dollars because it strengthens the demand on corn that ultimately, taxpayers stand behind that. So I think when we can save taxpayer dollars and reduce the cost at the pump and help farmers along the way, gosh, that's not a win-win. That's a win-win-win situation that we should take advantage of.
Anything else that you're working on through the committee process that would be important for Nebraskans?
Well, I'm just very proud of the tax bill that we got done, the working family tax cuts, and that in place now. It's exciting to see that roll out across our economy. We have the review, the review this year for USMCA, the trade agreement. So we're basically in the middle of that already. And, USMCA has been very important for American agriculture. I led a letter gathering colleagues across the House to join me in expressing how important USMCA is to American agriculture, and that we've seen productive results because of that. We were able to challenge Mexico, for example, when they were shutting out biotech U.S. corn, basically white corn, biotech corn. Mexico wanted to shut that out. Because of USMCA, we were able to push back and prevail and got Mexico to change their position on that. I think that it's important to note that as we sort out, there are bound to be some differences between countries as it relates to trade. So let's have a process for going about, addressing a dispute so that we won't get distracted with too many of those things, and make sure we're all playing on a level playing field, singing from the same page, if you will, and that there's a mutual understanding with commerce along the way on leveling the playing field.
That is Congressman Adrian Smith.